Ernie by main on vote a cav hon an chakta dala Enda Kenny and you a guiam gatra agus ag fannacht na seisiir atá fós ire agus áit éigen san ferganmh agus tá mé cinse go mbeidh toghcháin uair éigen má tá muoín acu teacht seo in san seomra álinn seo. Ceann Comhairle, unfortunately, I won't be voting for Deputy Enda Kenny today, but I wish him the best of luck in the election that's going to take place at some stage, I'm sure, when the independents come in, the independents who are negotiating in the national interest, I imagine, outside the door. And in the guise of new politics, we're now sitting here waiting for an election with a programme for a government that we don't have, and presumably it's not even complete while the independents wrestle with their conscience outside. And I have to say that it is a cause of great disappointment to me that we are here 70 days after an election, and the 70 days have been used really to allow both big parties, Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael, enough time for the fig leaf to grow to hide the nakedness of their ambitions. And this climate is not known to be conducive to the growth of figs, and perhaps that's one of the reasons why it has taken so long. But clearly the fig leaf is to hide their nakedness. Fine Gael, who have been rejected by the population, and also Fianna Fáil. Fine Gael, who want to stay in power at all costs and have come some way to changing their neoliberal agenda, and Fianna Fáil, who want it every way. They want to be in power and out of power at the same time, and they've negotiated that deal. And if we on the left had behaved in this manner, and if we had 93 votes, we would have been absolutely vilified in the press and by the people of Ireland for not forming a government within the last 70 days. And while, from the little bit that I've seen from the social media and from the documentation that we've been able to get, while there are a number of good things in that document, a Minister for Rural Affairs, a commitment to reducing class sizes, a commitment to bringing back career guidance teachers and so on, there are many good ideas. Overall, there's an utter failure to deal with the crisis that we now have in our society as a result of relying on the free market, and an utter failure to realise that the continued reliance on the free market is actually going to undo the economy and cost us more money in the long term. We have utterly failed to recognise that there's a national emergency in housing. We are simply failing to recognise that that is there as a result of pandering to the free market. There is an utter failure to realise that the health system is a creaking point, and that a heartbeat down in Waterford is equally as important as a heartbeat in the west of Ireland and in Galway City, and that what we want from independence is pressure put on a government to deliver a one-tier health system and not deals for individual constituencies. There is an utter failure to recognise the sources of poverty, and I'm reading aghast, and I hope I'm incorrect, that we're looking at poverty in terms of looking at the role of the defence forces in providing skills so that we will help people out of poverty. An utter failure to look at any of the reports produced by government bodies and non-government bodies as to the sources of poverty. Lack of income, lack of access to housing, lack of access to public health. Surely, if we've learnt anything, it's to learn that there are solutions, and I am sick and tired of being told by my colleagues here on the left that we independents have done nothing. We have come in every day to this stall. We have researched and we have spoken and we've suggested solutions. If we had the votes, we would happily take power. In the meantime, we will use our voices to point out that there are solutions that you're not taking, and that the solutions that you are adopting will cause us money in the long run and will not lead to an equal society, which in the long term, Ceann Comhairle, would be a much better economy. So gur míle maigad as up the finals, agus tasúil agam as seo amach go mbeidh a bhfad ní smó gaeilge á úsáid sa seomra. Agus go mbeidh toghcháin agan uair éigean nuair a chagan na fir arás.